And I think we're live, back all over the internet. And this time we are on location. We are with AdsWizz and Philippe-Alexandre.
Hello, Sorin.
Hello.
How are you doing?
How is the event? You like it so far?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna hold this between
good
us.
vibe.
Yeah, it's a really nice vibe. And again, maybe you can show around a little bit. It's a really nice stand you've got here. We're gonna travel around a little bit after this and show you more about the event and everything
We have
else.
a professional camera woman,
We do,
so we
we
need
do.
to take advantage of that.
We are using your team to film this actually.
Absolutely, yeah. I think they like it.
That's good.
Oh,
Oh, and there is
somebody's brewing coffee.
this is the perks of doing it live, right? Because we got smoothie stands and everything, but we got a really nice microphone. Being with us, and
Pleasure.
maybe you can introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about AdsWizz.
Sure. You don't know AdsWizz? Never heard of?
Well, I do, but the rest of the people I think
Absolutely, no. So, just for people to understand, do you sometimes listen to music on the internet or radio on the internet? Like, I don't know, Radio Zoo or Spotify or SoundCloud.
We do. I listen to Spotify all the time.
All right. Okay. Well, those services, most of the time, they offer two options. Well, one of them is if you're a user, you have to pay, right? A lot of people don't want to, spend money on that or don't have the means to do that. And this is where we come in, actually, because we build technology for music services to be able to monetize their audience. Concretely, what does that mean? Is that we'll make sure that people can get, from time to time, targeted ads. They don't need to pay. In exchange, they get exposed to ads. And actually, we go way beyond that because we've built a full ecosystem. So it's like you've got media agencies, like large advertisers that use our systems to buy audiences which listen to music, and we've built kind of a stock exchange for people to transact. So it's very special business, super high tech, because at times we have something like 10% of the internet population which is connected to our systems. That's because they listen to a lot of different music platforms, and all of them are connected to our system. Basically, that's what AdsWizz is all about. And what I'm doing at AdsWizz, I'm one of the founders, and we're now part of a bigger company called SiriusXM. I'm very happy to lead the ad engineering team over there. So we're about 250 people, about 125 here in Bucharest, Romania, and we've got other folks in the US, in particular in the Bay Area.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
all right. So
absolutely.
That's a little bit about AdsWizz, and you're finding the good fight. I mean, there's a lot of people that listen to those Spotify and everything else without a paid account. So that's really cool. You're basically making it possible and profitable for the companies. So that's really
That
cool.
is correct.
Great. So do you have like 2 or 3 reasons why a specialist should decide to work for you?
Ooh.
I'm coming in with the hard questions now.
There's millions of reasons. Well, I think, frankly, if you look at what we do, I think people like that they learn a lot. We're using a lot of cool technologies, like recent technologies, big data stuff, high-speed systems. We're using a lot of, now a lot of artificial intelligence and machine learning stuff. When we create robots that can interact with you. Like, for instance, you drive your car and then you listen to some music, and then all of a sudden there is an ad, and you think the product is interesting and you want to interact. So you just use your built-in microphone in the car, and you start conversing with the ad actually. So this all requires very cool technology. So learning, I think, is one good reason. Another one is I don't think we take ourselves too seriously. So there's a cool atmosphere that people enjoy. And another stuff is that when people, they really can have an impact, because it's not that they're working on a piece of software which is used by people they vaguely know, like a giant stuff. No, they really have an impact. They build products. They can immediately see how customers react to those products and things like that, which is very gratifying. And frankly, I think when people work their ass off and they help us build an amazing product, I think we want to compensate them very generously because they create a lot of value. So I'd say these probably are at least 3 or 4 good reasons to work with us. Yes.
You've mentioned fun and that you don't always take yourselves too seriously. Is there a surprising fun fact about your company?
Oh, yeah. Plenty of fun facts. Well, one is here in Bucharest. We are actually at the last floor of the Sky Tower. Well, just above us, there is a restaurant, but I think we have the nicest view of the whole city.
Oh, that's
now we
true.
don't require people to come to the office; they can work from home. But people that want to avoid crazy noises at home, they can join us, and they have probably, for sure, not probably, for sure, the nicest view of the city. That's the first fun fact. Another one, let's say, another fun fact is that we are one of those few companies where everything actually is designed here in Bucharest. So product management, software architects, most senior developers, and then support and everything is built out of Bucharest. And I think that makes us different from a lot of other companies where things are decided elsewhere and people over here have to execute. I think this is a big difference. Is that fun? Well, actually, it is fun because then we can, make a lot of decisions for ourselves.
And basically, you can advance faster with anything that you're doing. That's really cool. What do you think we should expect from AdsWizz in the next 2 or 3 years, maybe locally or?
Oh, well, we're actually one of those few companies that have managed to do cool things in the what people call the ad tech market. So one big company over there is obviously Google, and they really own the display ads and the video ads and everything. We're probably one of the few markets where a non-Google company has succeeded to take a leadership position, which is rare, and we want to expand. So there's a lot of stuff we'd like to do in terms of new products, new technologies. We're hot on podcasts right now. We're hot on voice and spoken devices and things like that. So in the next 2-3 years, what we want to do is, right now the business as a whole is a bit less than $2 billion, and we want to grow something like 20-25% a year. So it's a very ambitious goal.
Yeah, and that was my next question. Like, what is the main focus of your IT activities?
So, well, we build products for the media industry. So we build stuff for music services and online radios, but also podcasters and content creators. So, for instance, if you probably enjoy being a journalist. Maybe from time to time you'd like to launch your own initiative, like a podcast. I don't know if you have a particular passion, for instance, but maybe you want to talk about it and you want to launch your own show, for instance. Okay. Well, we build stuff that make it possible for people like you to actually start your own show on the internet, and you can even monetize it. You can start making a living, start making money, because if your show is popular, we're going to make sure that we can make sure that people connect to your show, have visibility, and then we're going to expose them to ads, and most of the money is going to get back to you. So these are a lot of new things that 10 years ago didn't exist, and today have become absolutely massive. So that's one example, for instance.
Okay, you've made me. I'm going to start a podcast.
Fantastic. The topic needs to be interesting.
Well, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
But you're not helping with that, right?
Hey, I'm happy to give you ideas. Yeah. You have any particular passion?
Well, I do. I'm obsessed about playing guitar, but I think this is like...
Fantastic.
And about gear, because I have more guitars than hands.
So. Yes. Like, this is the slippery slope, the disease. I have the same problem. You also have way too many pedals, to generate effects. I have the same problem, and then too many guitars, and then you end up just using one.
You need a bigger house.
Yeah,
and it's a slippery slope.
So I think this is a great topic. You can start your podcast. We'll make sure that you get millions of listeners, and we'll monetize your stuff.
Great. I'll take you up on that, and it's all over the internet. People will know that.
And then, of course, with the money, you'll buy another guitar. Of course, probably defeats the purpose, but it's fine.
Yeah. So again, here at Dev, we got a lot of young people. And do you have any advice for aspiring tech people who want to grow in your industry?
Ooh, that's interesting. Actually, yes, I do have one. But we're going to have a workshop later on today, and we're going to talk about 10 things that make some people amazing software developers. And it's not how smart you are, or how high your IQ is. It's about behavior and attitude, and being willing to be open, being willing to learn, and it goes beyond that. So my advice actually will be shared during that workshop.
So we're not going to spoil it.
Yes.
People need to tune in,
like a teaser, I don't know. Yeah. But one of them is that what makes great software developers is how they view their own time.
Okay.
And I've seen that the best developers are really good investors, not on the stock market, but in their own time. They understand that sometimes it's worth spending 2 weeks on a problem. Sometimes it's worth spending just an hour. And this is something that is very difficult to comprehend to most software developers. And the ones that understand that best become the best software developers.
No, that's cool.
We've got another 9 tricks that we're going to show this afternoon.
I can't wait. I'm going to go in the afternoon
Excellent.
and watch the keynote. But now a really easy one. What makes AdsWizz the best? Yeah.
Well, I don't know if a company can be better than another one or whatever. Sometimes it's a question of fit as well. What what you're interested in life. But I think if you're interested in having a direct impact, in building a product, in seeing the impact you can have on the market, and seeing customers using it and things like that, I think AdsWizz is a great place to be. If you're interested in solving very complex tech problems, in particular in the audio space, sound processing, things like that, AdsWizz is the right place for you. If you're interested in building, data systems that crunch billions of data points, AdsWizz is a great place for you. So all these things, and obviously the view of the office. That's we'll come back to that.
Cool. And one final question. You've mentioned all of these things that you can actually develop on and do at AdsWizz. But what strength do you think is the most important to have if you want to work for AdsWizz?
I don't think it's a particular technical skill. I think being curious, I'm curious about, the business is probably the most important thing. Yes, that's the strength that we value a lot. So people that have, people that feel that somewhere inside themselves, there is like 10, 20, 30% of themselves that are entrepreneur. These are things that, this is a strength, and these are things that we value.
Cool. Thank you so much for the interview.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to start the podcast and contact you.
Absolutely. The contract is there. We're going to sign you.
We're going to sign.
Fantastic.
It's
going to be called Sorin's Guitars.
Yeah. The slippery slope.
The slippery slope.
How to lose all your money without doing drugs. Probably.
Excellent.
It's an alternative.
Fantastic.
There we go.
Cool.
Cool.
Thank
you so much for being with us again. And I can't wait for your keynote.
Thank you, Sorin.
See you.
Have a lovely day. All right. So our amazing camera woman seems to enjoy
doing the
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think she should start vodcasts instead of podcasts.
True.
Yes.
All right.
Are we still live?
We're still live, but we're saying goodbye now.
Bye, guys. Have a lovely day.
And there we go.